Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about my no-buy list for 2024. This is going to apply to a ton of things, from house stuff to handbags to clothing, like literally everything that I really want to avoid getting this year that I have learned from the past that either just doesn't work out for me or that is just basically money down the drain. I've been doing this video for the past couple of years and I think I've been quite good following them up. I'm not perfect, of course. I've said that I'm not gonna buy more white sneakers and I went and bought another pair of sneakers. But toning it down and really thinking what it's not working and to not repeat those mistakes has been working out very well for me. Like for example, from last year, I really slowed down buying SLGs, which are small leather goods, meaning wallets, pouches. I used to love this so much and buy them a lot instead of buying like the full handbag. And it's like a little fix, but at the end of the day, I only stick to a few wallets. I stopped buying for good custom jewelry. So no more Chanel earrings, no more necklaces, no more this. I have really been good sticking to fine jewelry. They hold up better. They're actually gold, they're actually diamonds, so it's been a really good decision in my opinion. I also toned down a lot things that I would add to my wardrobe. Like for example, I feel like 2022 I added so many coats and so many blazers, and 2023 I tried not to and just be able to rotate and enjoy the ones that I have. But I just love winter and fall fashion so much, so that was a little bit harder, but I still saw such an improvement. So I want for this year to set new things that I really want to stay away from and also to change something around here. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. I would recommend you to go grab your coffee, your drink, maybe a snack, and let's sit down and talk about all the things that I definitely don't want to buy in 2024. So I made a little list here in my computer so I don't get sidetracked, and I have them point by point. And the first one is more like a whole category, and it's silly small purchases that turn into clutter. I'm already someone that doesn't really like clutter, but when we moved, because we moved overseas, everything that we owned, we had to get rid of it, either sell it, donate it. We just had to empty an entire house with things that we have accumulated for many years. The only thing that I kept was a portion of my clothing, of course my handbags, jewelry, and a few things that I had passed down to me that were very important, and also some things for Polo. So I realized that all these little things that you sometimes buy from Amazon to either decorate the house or improve something, and you always say I'm gonna do it later, or just small trinkets or things along the way that you don't really think out much about it. All these little things that you get that end up stored in a drawer somewhere in your house. I didn't want to do that, and we moved here with nothing, like just the bags, some clothes and furniture that I was passed down, and the rest we had to get it from zero. So one of my intentions was not to clutter in any sort of way. So everything that we bought had a purpose. It was going to be very well thought out, and I found myself being really good at it, but not perfect. The number two is going to be thrift more instead of buying new, and I have very specific examples for this. And look, I get a lot of comments on social media, family and friends, like pretty much from everyone, that I decorate like an old lady. I don't know, I just really love vintage, intricate, detailed stuff. I love vintage stuff. I think that I've been on a journey in the past couple of years of finding my own style, dressing, but also decorating and the living spaces. So we have finding the right way to mix and match things here and there. And honestly, they have amazing quality. Like we just don't do things like we did back then. And even if I know this, like thrifting is not that easy. Like finding the perfect piece takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. It's not always the cheapest option, of course, because what you're buying is like marble and wood and stuff. And even if it's owned by someone beforehand, like they are cheaper, but IKEA is still more affordable in that sense, and IKEA is easier. So something that I did that I now realized that it was a mistake was some things that I had planned for the house, because I have quite a clear idea what I wanted to do with the apartment. Instead of waiting for the perfect thing, that I understand that some things I needed to start living in the space. But for example, I have this couch here, not the Rajbois, another one, but it's from IKEA. It's really comfy, but I just don't like it. I don't love it, and I'm gonna end up replacing it anyway. The console right there that we have for the coffee, we got that because it was easy. It was what we found at the moment. It was very cheap, and my intention all the time was to end up exchanging it. So yes, it worked out short term, but now I want to change it, and I'm gonna change it too. So I just want to stop buying things for the moment and just wait till I find what I really want. For the coffee, we want something wider with more storage. I want dark wood. I just want the space to be what I want because the furniture that I have here, like I don't plan to move away from Europe. Like even if I don't stay in Spain, I'm gonna take all of this with me, and I want it to be pieces that are gonna last for decades and that are things that I love. So yes, I'm gonna buy IKEA from time to time, but not for the pieces that I intend to end up changing anyway. I know that right now that the apartment is a bit more complete and that I can move the pieces around and I have where to sit, where to eat, and everything is easier now. So I just want to be more patient and only buy things that I'm 100% in love with and that I know that it's the piece that I want. So this year we're gonna see a little bit more of thrifting and upgrades that might take time, yes, but I'm quite sure that they're gonna be the things that I want to keep for many years. Number 3 is going to be venture into new brands. As much as I love Chanel, Hermes, and Dior, I'm very consistent in the sense that if I know something works out, that there's something that I love, I'm gonna stick to that style and that brand and that material because realistically is what I'm gonna end up using the most. But I feel that I have not given myself the chance to really try Celine, Bottega Veneta, Delvaux, The Row, Loewe, like so many brands out there that now that I feel that I have covered the classics, I feel like I really want to venture and try out new things. This doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get any more Chanel or Hermes or anything like that, but not really prioritize them in the way that I've been doing in the past couple of years and just having a little bit more fun with what I buy. And I think Bottega Veneta is gonna be one of the first ones that I want to test out. I've been really wanting to get a Jodie, and I know that I've been saying this for quite a while now, but no, I mean it, like I want to try it out. But of course I would like to keep implementing the one in, one out. I just don't know how at this point. I actually sold 10 bags during 2023 and I bought less bags than the ones that I bought, so I downsized my collection a little bit. I don't know if you guys actually want a video about this, would love to know in the comments about the 10 bags that I sold in 2023 and my reasons why, because at this point I'm not really selling bags because I don't like them or because I don't love them anymore. It's just because I don't want to have a massive handbag collection and not really even get to use them all. So I think it's a responsible thing to do. And now, for example, with my classic flaps, I just don't feel like I can part with any of them, so it's been a little bit tricky. I need to figure how to do that, but I'm absolutely not aiming to have a massive handbag collection. I don't want anything just sitting on a shelf collecting dust. Even if I absolutely love it, I will find a way to part with things and have to be okay with it. Also, that's a way that you can fund for new things and it feels more like updating your closet instead of just like spending. So yeah, I hope that this year I can tone a little bit down on those 3 brands and try out other things. I've been also heavily considering getting the Margot bag from The Row in the smaller sizes, of course, because it's very similar to the Birkin in that sense, and a lot of people are pushing it on social media, so I don't know if it's worth it to try it out or if it's just the hype and I'm getting drawn into all of this that I'm seeing on Instagram and TikTok. Also, buying The Row here in Europe is a little bit more expensive, so I would have to think about that one a little bit more. But Bottega Veneta and other brands that I can find here, yes, that's something that I am definitely planning to do a little bit more this year. Okay, no more white bags, and I mean it this time. I hope so. I went from someone who was really scared of owning white handbags to now being the main color that I have in my handbag collection. So I have more white bags than black, actually. So with this one, if I end up adding a white bag, I will have to sell another white bag, like the one that is like the closest in style, probably, because I just cannot justify it anymore. I love white so much, but yeah, I think enough white bags for now. The next one is stuff I see on TikTok, and by this mean like the next viral product that is hair care or skincare or makeup or a home appliance, or you know, I've been doing this for quite a while now, and now I have tried so many skincare products, so many hair care products, and yes, I have found very good pieces, but I need to stop. Also, I need to stop scrolling on TikTok that much because I'm already trying to reduce my exposure to social media a little bit more because I post on YouTube and I try to post daily on Instagram. I'm not being the best at it, but I just want to minimize a little bit how much I am on social media, TikTok more than anything, and also stop buying like tiny purchases or Sephora products like the hottest TikTok lip gloss and home decor or things like that. And something that has saved me a little bit is that many of these things only ship inside the US, so being in Europe, like shipping is sometimes not even possible. So that has actually stopped me a few times from getting something, but I really want to stick to the things that I know right now that work for me. And if I want to try something out, do a little bit of more research beforehand instead of just seeing it on a video, going straight to to Sephora online and ordering it. I need to stop buying designer high heels. As much as I love and adore them, for the first 30 minutes and 1 hour while I'm using them and how they look or their designs, I don't know, I have just this massive passion for example, Jimmy Choo, René Caovilla. I just love the look of high heels. Also, being such a short person, I always of course want to use high heels, so I push myself a lot to buy them and to try to use them, but no matter the occasion, I always end up taking flats or shoes with me because I know that I will not be able to stand them for a long period of time. And believe me, I have tried almost everything, every tip. I just cannot stand using high heels like other people do, and I'm so jealous of anyone that just can't use high heels for an entire day, I don't know, to work or to walk long distances or to a party, because I'm just not that person. I love them, I keep buying them, but I just don't use them enough to justify keep adding more. Let's be honest, I dress for comfort, and it's kind of sad. Like, I wish that I actually could, because I see them on my closet, and don't get me wrong, I use them, but they're just like for the first few hours, or if I'm gonna be sitting down a lot and using a cab. But if I have to walk a lot or I'm gonna be standing basically all night, I just either not go or take an extra pair of shoes, because I know that I will not be able to be on heels for that long. So I can say that the only type of heels that I can stand are, for example, the Chanel sling bags. So I think I'm gonna start adding more of this type in different styles, colors, and I have to stop trying. And if I'm gonna try, I'm gonna do it with the ones that I already have sitting there in my closet, or stick to what I know that works for me. No more shopping while traveling, and this is going to be a big one. I used to always have an excuse when I would travel to shop. I would basically save money, and if I was going to go to Paris, to London, to Rome, when I was not living here in Europe, I would always justify it because you would get cheaper prices and tax refund. So it was actually part of the trip to go to a store and buy something, and I'm not saying that that's not okay. It's just that I want to stop doing that, because if I want to buy something, I can do it here at my local boutique, and I don't need to go travel and bring the boxes. I have the same prices here than, let's use Paris as an example because I'm going in a few days, and I don't need to travel with the boxes and all of the logistics of actually buying something there. So I will not even go into a store in Paris. I just want to detach the traveling and shopping that I have like intertwined. Of course, if I'm there, I'm gonna try the lottery system, but that's just a very off chance that you're gonna get the appointment. But other than that, I just don't plan to go into all the stores, buy anything. I'm really gonna try not to do that. I also want to buy a little bit less this year and focus more on other things, like saving for the possible house in the future, saving for the wedding that has me so stressed. So the only instances that I would like make an exception would be shoes, if I find them in my size. Like, for example, in London, I know that in London they have size 5 or 35 inch shoes, a little bit more than here, or something that is completely sold out and I know that they have it somewhere. Yes, but if not, I'm not gonna go window shop and come out with something. That's the whole point of this. No more shopping while traveling. Adding tech items without selling old ones or without proper research. So I'm actually not someone that is very good with cameras or computers. Like, I can figure things out for sure, but with my cameras, for example, doing content creation consistently, it has taken me a few years to find out the right cameras, the right computer, the right editing system, the right microphone. So a very good example of something that I bought without proper research just because I saw someone recommending it and I didn't go through the stages of checking if it was going to work out for me was a DJI Osmo Pocket 2. I don't know how many of you are actually interested in cameras and all of that. I've been a little bit more into it lately, but since I don't know if anyone here is actually interested, I try to not talk about it that much, but I've been improving and I'm really happy about it. The thing is that the Osmo Pocket 2, it just didn't work out for me in any way. I bought it, I used it once, I was not happy with the quality of the footage, so it went to a drawer and I didn't use it at all. The thing is that this is what I do and I don't sell these things, I just keep them in case I ever need them. But a few months ago, I saw that the Osmo Pocket 3 came out and I said to myself, I'm gonna research on it a little bit more because the third version seems to fix the issues that I had with the 2. So this one was probably going to work out. So I ended up getting it, and before getting this, I did months of research. Like from the moment that it came out, I started watching videos and people that would do similar things that I do and how the footage was coming out and etc. So I have my good camera, which is the one that I'm filming right now, which I also did so much research because it was very, very expensive. Like you end up paying a big amount of money for a good lens, a good camera, and a good microphone. So I didn't want to get it wrong this time. And now I feel like I have a better idea. Like I've always been really good at filming, taking the videos and editing them, but always on automatic. Like I've never been really good twitching the cameras and understanding specifics of it, if it makes sense. So I sold the Osmo 2 and I sold my old camera, the one that I had before this one, and I got the Osmo 3. And I did this because vlogging on the street, it's actually something that makes me feel very anxious because people stare at you, and not necessarily in a good way. Like this is something that I've just accepted. But if you're walking on the street with a camera or you enter a restaurant or a store, people are gonna give you mean looks and mock you even sometimes. Like it's really, really bad. I get so in my head and I just don't like vlogging on the street and talking to the camera that much. So the phone has been really good for that because some people think that you're just FaceTiming or something. And the Osmo seemed like a very good idea because this is it. Like it's so small. It has face tracking and a lot of features that I'm hoping that it's gonna make my life easier. So I'm gonna go to Paris twice in the next month. So I wanted to test it out and I'm very happy. I did the research and I sold my old gear to fund for this one. And honestly, I think it's gonna work out great. Like I have really, really high hopes for this one. So I will try it out in Paris and let you guys know how much I like them in case you also make content and you are very shy like doing it outside. But yes, I want to work a little bit more on not being that impulsive. Like I see the next amazing release and I want to jump on it before really going to the little details that will end up telling you if something is gonna work out or not. And yes, it's a lot of time that you lose watching reviews and tutorials and everything, but I need to get better at that. And now I just need to watch like a full tutorial so I can know how to properly use this and not wing it, because I'm always the person that will not read the instructions and just figure it out while using it. And I'm not gonna buy more cameras. I'm gonna learn how to use the ones that I already have. I think having 3 cameras is going to be enough, but I just want to give like vlogging, specifically when traveling, I get so inspired and I want to do more like cinematic stuff and I want to have the proper tools for it, but not invest the time into learning how to use the tools. So hope that makes sense. So this was the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know that these were more like concepts, a bit more general than just things, but I didn't want to be repetitive with last year with things that I'm not buying anymore, like the custom jewelry or SLGs or things that I think that I kind of fixed in some way. So I just want to stick with my style and the things that I like, but also be a little bit more mindful with the things that I bring into my home, into my closet and into my life, and not just spend for spending. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not done watching, I'm gonna leave you 2 videos right here in case you want to check them out. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye.